Fishing big bridges from a kayak with giant ugly lures for monster fish. Welcome back. There's something. Oh, there's another one. There it is. Oh my God, that's a giant.
And it'll be another 5+ minutes till we can see it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Summertime Outdoors. And as you can see, we have a beautiful sunrise and we are back in the home waters of the Chesapeake Bay today. And we are fishing one of the coolest places on earth. And we're gonna be basically jigging giant grubs and dropping some live bait on bridge pilings for monster redfish. I like to call them big chungus, and this tactic, bulldogging them out of the pilings, it is very tough, and honestly you really can only do it effectively from a kayak. So that's why I really love it. I'm out here with my buddy Grant Alvis today, and we're basically gonna just swap each piling and start jigging. We were out here the other day and had a really good day, and if you haven't been following along, I've been fishing up the coast from Florida for the past week. This is day 7. And one of my SD cards may or may not have corrupted all the footage, so I stayed a couple extra days in Virginia to try to make up for it. Hopefully we can get the footage back, but if not, we lost 5 YouTube videos. So we are going to see if we can change our luck and have a good day of fishing today. Like I said, beautiful sunrise, one of my favorite things and favorite places in the world to fish. So let's get a jig tied up and start dropping and start getting jiggy with it. Let's go. All right, y'all. Well, as you can see, most of these bridge tiers have 3 pilings, and basically I'm gonna drop behind each of the current breaks here. And I have a bunch of these big curly-tailed gulps. They're 8 inches. I also have a Nomad Vibe and a Nomad Squid Trex that I may try as well this morning. So we'll just get all that stuff out now and see what we can do today. I'm gonna go with the chartreuse curly tail, get it nice and lubed up in that juice, and fishing it on a 3-ounce Z-Man Diesel Eye jig head. And I had a 7-foot like heavier rod that I was using last time, but the reel seat may or may not have blown out on that. So we're going to be using 7.6 medium heavies today, which honestly I probably would not say that's the best option for you, but that is what I like to call big ugly right there. And we're gonna try to get behind some of these pylons here and start jigging. So let's go. Yeah, I just switched setups because this has a little bit lighter braid on it and it'll sink faster in the current and get down to the bottom better. That's a lot better. We're definitely outgunned today. If we land one, we'll be very, very happy people. There's something. Good fish. I got a bull hooked up, y'all. There we go. Had to switch to the lighter setup to get down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Big old drum. This is where you gotta be careful because these fish will break your rods. I've had it happen more times than I'm willing to admit, but that is a nice red on the big ugly bucktail, baby. Had to go to 4 ounces today to get down. And I had to switch to lighter braid because if you don't know, the heavier your braid, the more it wants to float up. So I downsized from 60-pound braid to 40 and got down to the bottom way quicker and then hooked up right away. So that's just something to think about if you're fishing. And I don't have grips with me, so we're gonna have to grab this baby. Okay, this is where the rod's broken. I got her. All right, we got her. We got her. That out of the way. Look at that freaking drum right there, sucker. She choked that jig right there. 4 ouncer, big ugly. And that is one slimy dance on the lap right there, son. Here she is, big chungus, and that is a big old red right there. We're gonna get her back in the water. So there she goes. We're way far away from the bridge. I took my time landing that fish. When I was out here the other day with some of the footage I lost, I hooked like 3 or 4 on the jig and they broke me off, but first one on the jig today, and we landed her. So I am tickled pink right now. And big ugly got it done. Jigging a big ugly lure for some reason and getting slammed by a big fish like that just never gets old. I'm actually going to put the motor down and motor back up to the bridge here because we have more fish to catch. And when I was out here 2 or 3 days ago, the jig bite really died off after the first 2 hours of light. So I want to get back on the pilings and get back to jigging and hopefully land another one. Getting back up to the bridge, and that current is no match for the NK180 Pro, baby. But we're gonna get back to jigging here. Jeez whiz. There he is. One ran perfectly away from the bridge. Another good fish. It's fighting a little weird, actually. I don't know. It's like fighting up top more than the typical red. I feel like, I don't know. This is a weird fight. It probably is a red, but I don't know. Kind of hit it on the way down. Did it just get off? Oh, it got off. How did that fish get off? That fish was fighting really weird. But dang it. How did that fish pop? I don't know, man. Leave it to the fishing gods of that one. I have no idea what just happened there. But all I know is that fish was really big and it was fighting a little weird, like had way more head shakes than usual. I think it could have been maybe even a cobia by the way it was like really shaking its head, but we'll never know. And and that is the sad thing about that, but we're gonna get back up to the bridge and try jigging some more. But I don't know how that fish came unpinned. I mean, I set good on it and was fighting it for a good minute or two, as you saw, but hooks just popped. But I'm just getting down to the bottom as quick as possible is just really the big thing today. Like, if I didn't have this 40-pound braid, I probably wouldn't have caught either of those fish, or hooked one and landed the other. But let's get back up to the bridge here and see if we can't find another one. I'm also running about 12 to 14 foot of 60-pound fluoro today, and I do have a large clip on here just to switch out weights when this current slows down or speeds up. It's just nice to be able to clip different weighted lures on real quick instead of having to retie and eat up your leader. So that's why I use them. People are against them, but they're strong, and as you saw, those two fish didn't bend it out or anything. So we're gonna try to get in position again. This wind is pushing this way and the current's like this, so it's really tough to stay in position for very long because they both want to send you either way. So you're really at the mercy of them, and they're pushing me around like a defenseless little Girl Scout right now. Landed a giant on the jig, so my day is made. There's something. Nice flounder. Well, not a nice flounder, but a decent one. That little flounder hit that big, ugly bucktail. There she goes. Flounder is so cool. But there's fish number 2. Maybe that big fish I hooked was a world record flounder, dude. Current's slowing down a little bit for us here as I get swept away. My best tactic with this wind has been to drop it on this first piling and then just kind of get it to the bottom. Let it swing out a little bit and just jig along the side. And there's another one. On. Good fish. Just like I was saying, my tactic is working, and we seem to have been figuring a little something out here. She is not one to come up. There's leader here. Jeez, this is a big fish. There's leader again. Yeah, big old drum. She's about the same size as the other one, but this one fought way harder. This is why I break all my rods. Oh. Right in the roof of the mouth. Right there. Perfect hook set. Look at that. Big Chesapeake drum right there. And look at this sea lice on her. These little sea lice mean she's been hanging out around here in the ocean all year. So she probably didn't actually go up the bay very much. You can see all the lice on her, but we already got a good picture with one, so let's get this girl back. So, such a pretty fish. She's kicking pretty good. We'll see if she wants to go or she wants to float. There's a lot of pressure built up when they sit that far down on the bridge this time of year, so if you do come out here and fish, make sure you revive them properly. There she actually went that time. I'm not one of those guys that, like, if I hurt a fish or something. Well, I didn't hurt that fish. Like I said, there's just a lot of pressure buildup that happens this time of year when they're that deep, and it takes them a little while. When they float up to the surface like that, it's not like they're dying, or I don't even think it's that they're worn out. I just think that like when you snapper fish offshore, you have to all that pressure builds up and they want to float. But that fish swam down real good just then, and she'll regain consciousness as she goes down. I forgot my fish grips, of course, so it's hard to drag them. So I've been trying just to revive them next to the kayak, and that one took a while to kick off. But she was kicking good. She just couldn't get down because of that pressure buildup. But I'm gonna put the motor down here and get back up to the bridge, and hopefully we'll keep getting them on the jig, because that is so much fun when they hit the jig. And I do have stuff to get live croaker as well, so we may do that later in the morning. But we also have crabs for sheepshead. I don't know if I've mentioned that yet either, so we could potentially catch some big sheepshead today too. But right now we're just going to keep on jigging for big fish. Come on, baby, give me a big old thump. There he is. This one's running towards the piling though. He's not on anything. I think we're good actually. Or is he? Oh yeah, we're on something. Yeah, there it goes. And that was my only 4-ounce jig that I had. Son of a buck. That thing wrapped me underneath. Some of these pilings have shrapnel and stuff away from them as well. And that one just got me underneath something. But I'm gonna have to retie this and start jigging again. But that was kind of a heartbreaker. These are the clips I use, guys. These are the Top Water Company. They're large, 120 pound breaking strength, come in 25 packs, less than $5. I mean, because when this current starts slowing down, we may, you know, get some different sized jig heads and everything. So just switching the clip, and as you probably can tell already, these drum do not give a flying F about a little clip on there. If they're hungry, they're gonna thump that baby just as good as if there wasn't one there, in my experience at least. All right, y'all, well, nothing else on the squid tracks, and jig bites slowed down a lot, so I'm gonna try to get a few croaker here and then drop those down for some redfish. All right, let's see what we got. What? Yeah, I'm gonna take, I found a little pocket here. I'm gonna get one more. Oh, we got 4 good croakers, so we're gonna go up here, start dropping down, and see what we can get. I have a 500 Tranks and a Mojo Muskie 7'3" medium heavy. It's like the heaviest baitcaster setup I have in the truck right now. And we'll see how that works. It worked the other day, so. And it's just a 6.0 Saltex Tsunami hook and a 4.0 or a 4-ounce egg sinker there. Basically, all we do is drop this sucker behind the pylon down to the bottom, like so. I like to reel it up off the bottom a little bit though, just so the croaker doesn't swim into the rocks or into any of the bottom structure down there. something. I don't know what that fish got on there, but he got me pretty good. Alright, we're down to our last croaker. Alright y'all, well, no more luck with the bulls and I'm out of croaker, so I have these crabs that are left over from yesterday, so we're going to try to chunk those crabs up and we're going to drop a little bottom sweeper jig I have tied on right here, if I can reach it, this little bottom sweeper here, and we're going to drop just chunks of blue crab down and see if we can't catch a monster sheepshead to end the day as we're going back in. So I've never done this before, I'm probably going to suck at it, but let's give it a try. Alright y'all, we're gonna get the shell off this guy first, and then I'm a big fan of the back fin meat here for a big sheepshead, and I like using the bigger blue crabs because I think that'll entice a bigger fish to eat if we can find one. So we're just gonna rig that up like that. Start dropping on these pilings. Getting the bite here. Got him! Big fish. Please. Big fish. Big sheepshead on, I think, guys. Drop that crab on the piling and got rooked. Big sheepshead. Big sheepshead, big sheepshead, big sheepshead. Giant, giant, giant sheepshead. Oh my God, that's a giant. Holy crap, y'all. We just caught a Mondo sheepshead. Oh, dude, look at that thing. That is a beast. Look at those teeth on her. That's an absolute giant sheepshead right there, y'all. I get a nice release on her too. Woo! Let's go! We caught a sheepshead! Woo!
67 before the first fight.
Alright y'all, well, if you were thinking to yourself that this video is coming to a close, that is because it is, and we did not run into any more sheepshead or redfish the rest of the day. And this video is actually from last fall, my trip up the coast. Like I said in the beginning, I lost a ton of footage from Jacksonville, Wilmington, Charleston, and Virginia Beach. So I had really good videos planned, and I went back through all the footage this week and was able to scrape together 2 really good videos, the one you just saw and then another one next week. And then after that, we just got back down to Florida for about 2 or 3 months. So after that, we're going to be rolling out a ton of Florida Keys, South Florida, big snook, big tarpon, everything you guys love to watch. So if you guys want to press that subscribe button and like this video for me, and stay tuned because we are dropping videos every Wednesday still at 5:30. And appreciate you guys for tuning in. So we will see you next week.